Alright, something new for my channel. I am the Colorator. This video is a look into the Outlast trials, and some theories fans have about the game. If you have a theory that isn't on this video, put it down in the comments. It'll be interesting to see what other things are hiding. Before we get started, I'd like to thank ASCII, JudeBoy, and Google Translate user for helping out with the theories in this video. All of them are amazing Outlast fans, and I couldn't have done this without them. Thank you guys. Keep in mind that this video may contain spoilers if these theories are correct. Please note that this is Outlast, so there will be blood and gore. So, be warned, and remember, we're all in it together. The audio theory. One thing a lot of us notice in the concept art of what we call the grunts at the moment is the headpiece that they wear, and how it kind of looks like headphones. After the recent gameplay trailer revealed at Gamescom, we got a better look at the Murkoff test facility Trials is based in. Notice there are megaphones around the facility. In the first Outlast, there were documents mentioning a Project MK Ultra and Murkoff's involvement in it. So what if all this audio equipment we see so far in the Outlast trials is Murkoff's way of mind control? It was theorized that MK Ultra would be the focus of the Outlast trials. Maybe this is how Murkoff accomplished it.
I know God doesn't hear dead men, but I expect he answers them.
Noth's connection to the trials. Back in 1966, Sullivan Noth was a shoe salesman heavily in debt. He turned to a religious radio station in desperation, hoping he can find some salvation. He finds no comfort in the preacher on the radio until he claims to hear the voice of God, telling Noth he is displeased with churches and crowns Noth as a new prophet. 1966 is around the time of the Cold War, where Trials takes place. I don't think this should come as a surprise, but I don't think God actually communicated to Noth at all. I feel like Murkoff had something to do with this. So with the first theory in mind, what if this is how Noth became a victim of Murkoff's mind control? The four protagonists of the trials, which I will call the volunteers, will probably have the same idea: to escape. So they may want to try to call for outside help.
Outside help doesn't come without outside attention.
They find a radio and use it. Of course, Murkoff thinks about everything and close communications. The volunteers get to the radio, pick a random station, and start begging for help. Then realize this isn't gonna work. That random station turns out to be Noth's radio. Even though Murkoff closed communications, Noth still got the transmission. He didn't hear the volunteers, but instead the sound Murkoff made to cause mind control, making him think he's hearing the voice of God. Join us or die. This theory is set up to be the conclusion of the trials. After all that pain and torture you went through, Murkoff will give you a choice. Either to join the corporation or die. Take the scenario written by Jude, for example. After begging for help through the radio, a gunshot rings out and hits the radio, rendering it useless. The volunteers look out to their left to see a Murkoff security guard aiming a still smoking pistol at them. Soon after, a Murkoff scientist with 3 other armed guards walks into the room. The scientist with his thick German accent congratulates them on completing the trials and explains the whole purpose of the trials. After some back and forth chat, the German scientist makes it very clear that they won't be escaping, but he offers him a deal. Join us or die. The volunteers reluctantly agreed to join out of pure fear. Eventually, the volunteers are knocked out and wake up, and all strapped down and being brutally experimented on, and fitted with similar devices to the ones of the enemies they escaped from. All while awake and feeling the immense pain of the experiments. They are then brainwashed to be nothing but mindless killers and to kill anyone they see. And with that, they are thrown into the trials once again, but this time as the hunter.
Is it just a game?